So being my second favorite map of Black Ops 4, this is going to go to 9, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 9 analysis. So 9 was honestly one of the 4 release maps to release on Black Ops 4. Okay, now of all 4 maps of Black Ops 4, this one actually had the least expectations. People were excited for Blood of the Dead and Voyage, not 9, okay? It's just a Roman Coliseum, people didn't even know what to expect. But oh my goodness, this ended up being the best release map. Holy snap, ladies and gentlemen. This map was wonderful. Holy snap, guys. Now let's go and take apart why this map was the best release map on Black Ops 4. Let's take apart why. And possibly one of the best map layouts of all time. Let's get into the map layout. Now, not only does this map perfectly match, I feel, the bo4 perk system, and I feel like the perk system actually is probably the best, and it's still not good, I know, but it's probably the best on 9. You can choose your perks, and they will be in each area. So, I think this might be one of the best versions of the Shinonuma type layout with 4 branching areas in the 1 main area. But we have a second layer now. So we have a Coliseum, which is the area you spawn in, and then you can go to the right, the right 2 or the left 2. I mean, you actually can't go to the left 2 quite yet. We have Ra, which is pretty much an Egyptian-themed pharaoh thing, which is very, very cool, containing a part of the shield. We have the Danu one, which is primitive 2, good old-fashioned nature, a ginormous tree, and no part, but we also have the Odin place, temple, which is devoted to, obviously, Odin, boats, warrior, and all that good stuff. And fire and stuff. But we also have the Zeus, which is a clean marble grease type thing devoted to lightning and all marble. So all of this stuff is very, very cool, and this is the top layer. So each of these temples provides a perk, each for whatever one you want. Raw, and yeah. So pretty much whatever perk you select in the slot, that will be in the certain thing. So you will know whichever area is which and which perk actually will be in that area, because you can just look up on the map. Now we have a second layer to this map now, known as the temple area. So we have, I think, 3 areas. So we have the pit, which is where you craft the shield and the Spitfire. Very, very cool indeed. We have the catacombs, the flooded crypt, which is skulls and all that good stuff. And then we have the temple, which is pretty much the Coliseum of the underground area. This has Pack-a-Punch and the skull for the Easter egg, and parts for a trap. Very, very good setup. Not only do we have a top setup, but if you don't like that, then you can go underground. The round change music will be different in the underground than the top layer, so that's very, very cool indeed. One of the better map layouts. So let's go and hop into gameplay. Now, before we get into the amount of horrendous boss zombies on this map, we might as well go and talk about the trials for each of the statues. Now we have the Ra, Danu, Odin, and Zeus challenges. Each of them will give you a reward for completing each one. There are 9 in total. Some rewards giving you a perk, and some of them giving you a free Pack-a-Punch weapon. Now these quests are going to be very, very important to get the free wonder weapon of this map, which we'll talk about later. But this will also give you a free upgrade bonus. Completing 3 quests will get you the upgraded Strife, which is very, very cool indeed, and it's pretty powerful early game. So it wouldn't be 9 without talking about the horrendous boss zombies. Now, this might be surprising, but I actually like the boss zombies on this map, okay? I like them way more than the Stoker. The Axe and Brawler, I love these guys. They're so cool and iconic for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I'm so happy they were only introduced on this map because they are perfect for this map. So, the Brawler is a guy with knife hands that literally lunges at you and starts swinging like a... Look! Like, there's nothing I can even do in this situation. This guy, if he lands on you and you can't go anywhere, insta-death, okay? So this guy will literally pounce and destroy you. I actually don't know what the guy's called. The warrior, the destroyer, is actually the axe-wielding man, the knight-looking guy. He will throw your axe at you, which is needed for the Easter egg, but he will also do a melee attack. Now, this guy can be killed by destroying his arms, which if you destroy one of his arms, he will just use his melee attack. This guy is probably more tankier than the brawler, but that's okay. Now all of the Catalyst zombies return, including the Blightfather, but he's not that big of a problem on this map because he doesn't spawn in too often. And we also have one of the most annoying variants of like the Hellhound type enemies we've seen, the Tigers. The Tigers are enemies. Okay, that's just great. The Tigers are enemies that will literally lunge at you. Not as much as the Brawler, but they will lunge at you and scratch your screen. And these things are incredibly annoying. They're like Hellhounds, so they just pop into fire. But these things are way more annoying, and they also are like the exact same things. I think they fit these tigers and Rome, maybe lions, not tigers, but they're cool, I guess. So let's talk about the wonder weapon. I wish I was kidding. Poisoning the mystery box, you will get the coolest aesthetic weapon of all time, the Scorpion Surkat's Death of Orion. I don't know what I just said. I just said the weirdest combination of weapons, but the Surkat's Kiss, aka Death of Orion. The Surkat's Kiss is probably the cooler name, which is a pack punch name. But this thing's a little scorpion. At first glance, this weapon is absolutely abominable. This weapon is one of the slowest wonder weapons and has one shot. Its charge shot is literally just used for me to do in the Danu step. This is what I'm using it instead of Homunculus. Literally. But the good part is, I learned this from a speed run. If you click the fire button constantly and click the reload button constantly, you will have a machine gun Surkat's Kiss. Now the only problem with this is you'll run out of ammo pretty quickly. Look at this machine gun. It's great. It's just fantastic. But once it runs out of ammo, it's pretty depressing. But if you guys have a tank boss on me like the Blightfather, dead. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now, obviously the real wonder weapon returns. The Helion Salvo and Homunculuses. These are the most OP combination of all time. And PhD Flopper as well. Yeah, but I find the Helion Salvo is still to be the best weapon in zombies history. Now, this map is also visually stunning. I mean, the bright daylight just makes this look so beautiful. And I think it's time to move on to the Easter egg and storyline. So let's go ahead and get into that. Now we're still continuing on with the Bruno, Shaw, Scarlet, and Diego storyline, the Chaos storyline, with all the gods and stuff. But, it doesn't really take it to the next level in the storyline, but they're pretty much just like in a dream. This is not even real. This is just to get like a code for Ancient Evil, but, this is pretty good map, not too much storyline to talk about. But the Easter egg in this map is actually pretty fabulous in my opinion. I pretty love this Easter egg. Now this Easter egg is around pleasing all of the 4 gods around the map. Now it's a pretty interesting order and pretty interesting steps. The first step is to collect poop. Okay, collect poop, wood, and bone dust. I don't know why I said it like that. Bone dust. But the weirdest combination to make like a poop weird thing. Put it at the end of Danu, and then you have to go get Firebomb, which is always last for some reason in the cycle for me. But then once you have that, you have to kill a zombie Firebomb on top of the Danu poop stuff. And then you can then hold square on it, or X, whatever, you're playing on F, I don't know. But and then you can go into the Danu, this is like the Danu mini stage, like mini boss fight kind of. And once you go into this mini stage, you will actually have to be defeating spores on the trees and cleanse the corruption, as some would say. Now, you can use Homunculuses. This is so easy with Homunculuses, or you can use the Surkat's Kiss in a very weird way. But any zombies that come near the Surkat's Kiss charge shot will get stunned. But then you just have to destroy the tanky as heck spores on the trees, and you gotta do this 3 times, each earning a max ammo, and then it'll say Danu has been pleased. By far, this is the longest one. This will take you the longest. You have to get pretty high up in rounds to do this one as well. But I quite like this one. It allows you to actually play zombies the way it was meant to be. And most of this Easter egg is actually preparing for this step. But the Daniel step is probably the longest, but half of it is just getting the Sir Cat's Kiss. Pretty good step here. So definitely, I'm gonna give this one. I think this one is actually the second best, so I'm just gonna give this one the second best award. Now, Raw is one of the quicker steps to do, and I mean that you're gonna be able to get this step done pretty quickly. But the step where you get to the mini boss fight is extremely easy. Just kill a few big guys and shoot some things. But once you get to the mini boss fight, you're going to have to kill a particular zombie in a certain order, whether it be a catalyst zombie or a destroyer, brawler, or tiger. Now, the biggest problem is whenever you get a fire zombie, and when you go close to it, it can blow up and just end the entire thing. So once you get a fire zombie, it's pretty annoying when you get a fire zombie. So yeah, you gotta be pretty careful when you get a fire zombie. Because also they can kill the other zombies and then your step will be glitched. One time I killed all the destroyers that I summoned in with the shield part and in front of the raw statue, and it glitched out because apparently I collected all the souls too fast. Why? I don't know, but this seems like the most buggiest step to me. But once you get it done, you have to do 2 of these things where you have to kill a certain zombie in a particular order. And once you do this, Raw has been appeased, and this is probably the quickest one. Now let's go and hop into Zeus. Now Zeus is probably one of the easier ones yet again. This one is probably one of the easier ones. So the first step is to activate a thing inside of the podium, and then you'll go underground. Now for some reason I thought it's infinite zombies when you go under here, but apparently if you save one zombie, it's just one zombie, so really easy there. But the Helion Salvo makes this step a joke. So you gotta shoot these little things so they will release a little like electrical pole to go up to the arena. And literally 2 shots of the Helion Salvo and you have completed one of these things. There are 4, and you just gotta shoot 8 shots of your Helion Salvo to complete this step. Now the next step is you have to get kills with Kilowatt inside of these little circles. But if you kill a boss zombie with Kilowatt on your gun, not even to get the shock effect, but just to kill him with your gun, that'll count toward 1 soul. So you gotta do 2 big guys if you want to do this with Helion Salvo, because Helion Salvo does not do ammo types at all. But this one is not too bad. Now, the boss fight or mini boss fight for Zeus here is pretty simple if you do it correctly. Now, this is where you give your specialist weapon a shine. So you're going to beat an infinite wave of boss zombies, tigers. So you're gonna be an infinite wave of brawlers, axe guys, and tigers. Now, you're gonna have an infinite specialist, and you can continuously use this thing, but you can use other weapons if you switch it out. But you can just use your specialist weapon infinitely. It will never run out. And you just have to get kills on these big guys using your specialist weapon. I'm using the hammer here, which is very cool indeed. But definitely one of the easier fights because you actually get armor with the specialist. So it's like pretty hard to die with armor on. But yeah, but you can also just switch out your weapon and use your Helion Salvo to literally make this fight a breeze. But there's gonna be one point where there's like an entire army of these guys chasing you. It's pretty intense once you get there. But Zeus will be appeased once you kill enough of these guys, and it's pretty simple. Now the first step of Odin is pretty annoying. You have to shoot these little symbols in a particular spot, so all 3 of them, I believe, will light up with your Sir Cat's Kiss. And this is very annoying because there's a particular spot you have to hit, and it could take some time to get the right shot and right angle. There's 3 of these things that you have to do. 1 in the crypts, 1 in the pit area, and 1 in the Danu tunnel. But this step is pretty easy, just kind of annoying because you probably will need a max ammo if it takes a little bit of a while. But the next step is the Odin appease mini boss fight step, where you're going to be in the pit area and you're going to have to do a little lockdown step for like 3 rounds. And there's going to be brawlers, there's going to be tigers, there's going to be catalyst zombies, there's even going to be blight fathers. Now this is so easy when you have the Helion Salvo, homunculuses. It's literally a joke, and you get max ammos every single wave. But once you complete the third one, you can then collect a key under the water area, and then you're on to the boss fight. Now we're going to travel into one of the best boss fights on Treyarch Zombies. This is going to be the ginormous elephant boss, but before you do that, you're going to be teleported into my favorite boss arena in Zombies history, even better than Mephistopheles in my opinion. This is not only the biggest boss arena in Zombies I think we've seen, but this is also just so cool, and it's also a unique area. Oh, you're in a ginormous arena, and the first part is to just kill gladiators that appear out of the gates. And then a ginormous elephant will bust through the gates. And you have to kill him. With the Helion Salvo, you will kill him in like 5 seconds. Max ammos are literally going to appear every 5 seconds. But there are going to be people that shoot at you. There are going to be people that their elephant's going to stomp. You're going to have to defeat the armor on the elephant, and then you're going to have to kill its forehead or its heart, and then it will fall. Now, the next elephant will then bust through the gates, and this one will be just a little bit stronger, and then you can just defeat its armor and defeat its heart. Literally, I don't think this boss fight's even possible to fail. You get max ammos every 5 seconds. The elephants are extremely easy with, like the Helion Salvo, or any weapon probably. Like the Hades, the Spitfire probably. Still probably wouldn't take that long. The elephant doesn't even do that much damage to you. The people on top might be an issue, but it's a pretty easy boss fight. Now, the cutscene I'm just going to let play, but guys, there's a warning. If you guys want to see a head get chopped off, well, go ahead and enjoy the cutscene, I guess.
Shall be ours.
The Novum Ignotum Proclamation dictates you must grant us clemency.
You should not have knowledge of such texts. You are but an ignorant slave.
I know more than you think, and I'm nobody's slave.
What are you talking about, Scarlet? Get your filthy hands off me! This can't be happening! We're going to die!
Now, the reason this ending is so cool is because we obviously did not expect this to happen. We obviously expect someone to save the crew, but no, their heads literally got chopped off. But this is just a dream, and they got what they wanted, so they didn't die. But we're going to see something even crazier with heads getting chopped off inside of Dead of the Night. We will literally see someone's head get chopped off in front of us. But it is pretty crazy to see Diego's head just being held by one of the people and the priest looking at it. This guy is literally weird. The priest literally looks like Lord Farquaad, but you know, it's okay. Cutscene. It's a pretty surprising cutscene. Actually, we didn't expect this to happen, but I think that's gonna wrap up 9's Easter egg. It is much better than what we thought, and much better than Voyage to Despair. Much better than any of the release maps, in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Easter egg. If you guys did, make sure you hit that like button down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode for Mr. Dead of Night. Bye for now.